All right, man. Will Errol Spence legacy be tarnished if he does not take the Terence Crawford rematch? Let's talk about it. So a lot of people saying what the deadline is coming past. I believe the deadline was August 28th. That was the deadline for him to participate in this fight. That was the deadline. Um, so I mean, if you think about it, bro, they fought July 29th, right? So maybe they was thinking like, and check out the World Toy Boxing Talk playlist. Maybe they was thinking like, if we do lose, it won't be in the fashion that we lost in. So we can come back 1 month, 2 month, you know, 3 month, 4 month. About 4 months later, we can come back and do it again. All right. And they probably weren't thinking that it was gonna be, that one sided. They was thinking it was gonna be more competitive. Probably a close decision or a comfortable decision where somebody just got outpointed or whatever. And they probably wasn't like, oh man, this is gonna totally be a one-sided ass whooping. Even though, some people were saying that, and that's what some people were selling to their fans. You know what I'm saying? And maybe they didn't see, maybe they didn't see this ass whooping coming. So that's a quick turnaround. In the way he got beat up, I mean, common sense would say, well, we need a tune-up. But then a tune-up is dangerous when you get your ass beat like that, and you swell up like that, and you leaking all over the canvas like that. Everybody gonna look at you as food. And one thing about 154 pounds, in my humble opinion, is very dangerous. Anybody can be beat at any given time. I mean, look at Banana Boy. For a minute, he came out of nowhere and grabbed some belts. J Rock came back out of nowhere and grabbed some belts. You know what I'm saying? So there's competition there. Austin Trout came out of nowhere and pretty much outpointed Miguel Cotto at MSG Puerto Rican Day Perry weekend. So it's been going on for years. Sergio Martinez came and really beat Paul Williams the first fight, but he put the exclamation point on the second fight and iced his ass. And iced him. So think about that for a minute. Um, it's been a very deep and dangerous division. It's not a glory division because it's a fake division. It's a catchweight division. But it's one of those divisions that stick. It's one of those divisions that anybody can beat at any given time. A lot of those guys are big, rough, and rugged. So, you know, I feel like it's a lot hanging in the balance there. It's a lot hanging in the balance there. So, um, you got to make your decision right now. If you in it for a good time and not a long time, I definitely understand that. He was about to get out. It was rumors that he was looking to do 3 fights and get out. And maybe that's the two Crawford rematches and then the Earl and a Canelo fight. You know, so if you're just looking to get the biggest bag and you go fight Terence Crawford and then you see kind of where you stand after that and you lose, you probably walk away. Or maybe you just say, you know what, if I lose to him, then I just try to get a belt at 154 pounds to pad my resume. You know what I'm saying? So I can get into the Hall of Fame. I won't say pad or complete my resume so I get into the Hall of Fame. So maybe maybe that will be the case. You know, maybe that'll be the case. So but but I feel like some people might say, well, he less is he ducking or he less of a man or whatever the situation may be. Um, I just feel like you gotta do we nobody know what his goal is. What is your goal? Just to get some money? You know, is that your goal? Is your goal to continue to build a little bit of legacy and get some money? We don't know. What are you thinking? And in your heart, do you think you can do better in the rematch? Do you need to make some adjustments within your team? So In my opinion, I don't really. I mean, I don't even think he can hurt his legacy going into a rematch that he ain't ready for, or he don't feel like he can win. I think that fight will always be around, especially if he get one good win. Even this is versus an absolute nobody. If he get one good win, then people gonna say, "Well, this the Earl. If that would have showed up, would have beat Terence Crawford." And that fight would be there. Even if Canelo crushes Errol Terence Crawford, which he will if they do fight. And everybody that know boxing, I don't care what Oscar De La Hoya saying. I don't care what them dudes in the comments section saying. He will crush Terence Crawford. And I love Terence Crawford. But you just got to keep it a bean. Too much weight. But to me, nah. I mean, I don't think it would tarnish his legacy. No. I mean, shit, can't do too much worse. He beat the shellac out his ass. You know what I'm saying? Beat him like he stole something. But then he no lesser of a fighter. He had a bad night. You know what I'm saying? But hey, if he say, you know what, I'm good on the rematch, cool. There's life after that. It's just sometimes it's one guy who just got your number. Sometimes it's one guy who just got your number, and you got to deal with it. But no, I don't think it tarnishes his legacy. I think it tarnishes his legacy if he don't go on and do anything else after this. Like if he physically finish or he walk away from the game and he don't get another belt at another weight class. That's what I think. Honestly, that's what I think. That's what I honestly think. You know, if you go on and don't get another belt, or you go on to get whooped on by another opponent, and you don't accomplish nothing else in boxing, um, you know, so then it's like, all right, man, he beat the wheel out this dude. He don't even want to fight no more. He beat the wheel out of him. After Crawford got done with him, he did nothing else in his life, in his boxing career. Then that starts to tarnish the legacy. Then that tarnishes the legacy. You know, so that's something to think about. Then it tarnishes the legacy. So it's what he do after this saga or after this fight. It's what he do after that. It's what he do after that. It's the $1 million question. It's what he do after that. Even if he move on from that fight, and do different things. Even if he moved and do different things, I ain't mad at him. But sometimes you got to make the smart decision and not the prideful decision. A lot of dudes we get in trouble making decisions with our pride. You know, you know, a lot of people won't. A lot of guys, do shit with their pride, bro. Make moves with their pride. I'd rather you make moves with your heart before your pride. If they're definitely your gut feeling too. You know what I'm saying? Definitely your gut. And a lot of dudes, your pride get people get guys make decisions that sometimes they don't get to come back home for making those decisions. You know, sometimes, you know, people say, "Oh, you was a punk ass nigga." And I remember, so we was walking from school and stuff. And two dudes got out the car. They got mad about something. I can't remember. Maybe I walked in front of the car, even though the pedestrian got the right of way. They got out like, "What up?" So I don't have no strap on me and nothing. So I diffused the situation, you know. And my homie was like, "Well, nigga, we had your back, but dude, I don't know if y'all strapped up, and I don't know if they strapped up. I don't. We was walking with some girls too. I'm like, I don't know. I ain't about to put everybody at danger over some petty shit. You know, as long as I ain't thinking with anger, I ain't having a bad mood, especially at that age. At that age, I pretty much kind of at that time kind of contained my anger. But you know, years prior to that, oh, I would have fought both of them dudes, and probably somebody would have got hurt. So a lot of times you gotta think logically. You can't think pride. And it's times where you gotta think with your pride. It's times that you with your girl, and I seen the video of these dudes, this dude walking with his girl holding her hand, and dude walk between them and grab his girl. At that point, I mean, if you're gonna continue to be with that woman, at that point, you gotta step up. At that point, it ain't even about the girl, it's about the principle, it's about the respect and my integrity. That's what it's about. So hey, but yeah, I don't think it tarnishes his legacy if you don't take it, bro. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel? Cash App $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Hit the link tree. You can find me anywhere and everywhere. Share the channel. Don't forget check out my new channel, Free Game 89, right here on YouTube. FR33 Game 89. The link's in the link tree and it's in the description on the new channel. Peace.